You know when you get to the lobby and everything goes completely wrong and you know this game is meant to be doomed. And then out of blue, you just win. It was one of those games. The circle was terrible, all up around the dam, and I decided to go to the opposite side, to the prison. I jumped out and looked behind me, and everyone goes the other way, and I thought, huh. But then I noticed this other guy floating the same direction as me. And I thought, yeah, that's fine. We have plenty of resources in a prison. But he started shooting at me, and I thought, I know what you want. You want that helicopter. You thinking that I'm going to the helicopter. So I did. I abandoned my mission and went for the helicopter. Just because I could. And took off. And just to say, I appreciate the gesture for being so considerate and saving my ass, probably. I shot out a few flares to say thank you. And then I flew all the way to the end of the opposite side of the map where the circle was. I chose my next mission, which was a bounty. But I knew people were everywhere. So I rushed into the house, made sure everything was safe, looted everything I could really quickly, put up some shields, grabbed the gun, and I heard the footsteps. I don't know whether it was player or an AI, but they dropped the gun that I was leveling up currently, the Essex marksman rifle. And so next I had to go and get that bounty contract. And that contract appeared to be right underneath me on the dam. And sure enough, there it was. To my surprise, there was someone else also shooting at that guy. I obviously wasn't alone. But even though I got some shields off him, they didn't die. So I decided to go after the guy. The thing is, I don't usually go to this area, so it was all new for me. And then I discovered there's a door right underneath, which was educating. I found the bounty guy, and I got him. I also found a zip line that goes all the way up to the dam. Another great surprise. With a door leading outside. I thought that was great until I heard the footsteps right above me. Now, I knew there was another guy here, at least one. But where, I did not know. As I went upstairs, they came in. So what do you do? Yep. I threw a grenade and it worked. Good job. And they also dropped a cluster strike, which was very nice of them.
Just moving in. New safe zone located. The enemy lost track of you.
So I bought myself my supply box and put it right next to me because there was no one there. Except there was the sniper. And I thought they were after me, so I put the cluster strike there just for the distraction. As I was crawling to my box, I didn't even notice, but there was a guy right between the two of us. There were at least two guys here. So I didn't want to get involved. I grabbed my hand and ran away. To the closest house, where I looted everything. And then I got bored and went back out to the slope where I was terrorizing a few NPCs, few AIs, trying to practice distance shooting with the worst scope in the world. And it went surprisingly well. I did lose a lot of bullets though. There was a guy driving around with a car, so I tried to shoot that one down. And then I found this sniper guy right next to me. I got a few hits on him. He was running around. It was fun. Eventually, though, I got his attention. And now he knew I was there. That was good and a bad news at the same time.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
Then the enemies came in, probably AIs, so I took a chance to get a few more kills. And then a real player stormed in, and I nearly died. That was one of the closest combats yet, but it wouldn't be the last one. I was a little bit shook, but still. An enemy threw a decoy grenade, and I was wondering if I should shoot it down, but instead the enemy came out, and I got a clear shot. Then another one appeared in a gas. But that one was way too accurate to my liking, but luckily I survived. There were enemy UAVs all over the place.
Enemy UAV is online. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV is online.
But I still nailed a few kills here and there. But I was running out of bullets. As the gas was closing up, I was about to grab my hand, but the sniper caught my eye. And that one nearly totaled me too. So I had to run out into the storm where everyone was shooting at me. I was held at the sniper point at all directions, one shooting at me from behind. And I couldn't even lay and hide away from everyone. There was a cluster strike on a house, and that was the safest place to be. Right behind the house where the gas was rolling in. I rushed into the house to hide away from a storm, and there was this guy just shooting away right next to me. I was like, what the hell? Anyway, needless to say, I was really scared. So I made a few mistakes. I literally nearly killed myself in a storm by trying to plate up. And my next worry, my next mission, was to find armor plates. I had no bullets on my marksman rifle, and my pistol was the only option. So I took my chance. I decided to run to the nearest house I could find. Yep, there was a guy just sitting there, but I couldn't stay there. I had to run out. Once again, I had no life left. I had no armor plates. I had only 5 bullets left on my SX marksman rifle. And I didn't know where the other 2 were. But then I heard the shooting. Yep. I downed him and I got a revenge. That was my sniper guy. Now it was just me and the last guy. I knew they were on the other side of the circle, but where exactly, I didn't know. Until I found him. And they found me too. I got a headshot. The guy was downed. I spammed everything I could. There was a timer counting down from 20 seconds. So I panicked around, expecting the enemy to jump out of somewhere at any second. Except the enemy had rage quit. I had won the game.